one of the things that we developed at the conference was they encourage you to develop a rallying cry. So we kind of were able to solidify that rallying cry when we were there to discuss that. It gave us time to really filter out some of the ideas that we'd had and to focus on something going forward, at least for the next 6 months, and maybe going forward after that, how we would proceed.
Yeah, we do so many things well as a parish, and we have so many things we could do, right? We have so many opportunities. We wanted to look at a 6-month rallying cry. Like, what should be our focus of our parish for the next 6 months? And we spent a lot of time, I think, discussing that, looking at different sort of themes, praying about it, not just at the conference itself, but even beforehand. And I think one of the things we really sort of saw as a rally cry for the fall here is the rally cry of encounter, sort of the really promoting events where we can encounter God more, where we can encounter Jesus more. And we're really looking forward to some of those events coming up this fall. I know one of them is something new we're starting that sort of dovetails with the Eucharistic revival and encountering Jesus. It's called Ignite the Night. And I think that's going to be a great event on First Wednesdays. First Wednesdays, we're going to have adoration, praise and worship, confessions, prayer teams, just ways of encountering God in a deeper way through extended times of prayer and the Eucharist. I think that's a big thing. And also looking at other events for men and women that can help them encounter Christ even more. We're doing something called Catholic Man Night, something called Women Adoring Jesus. There'll be more information coming out about all those things, but I'm excited for these things to get kicked off. Does anyone want to share about their own, maybe sort of how encountering God in your life has sort of been an inspiration or a catalyst for your own spiritual growth? Or just the importance of encountering the Lord?
I can certainly relate to Ted and his love for adoration. I would say that from an early age, that's probably where my encounters came, was in that silence and really being reminded of the importance of listening to God and making space for that, because there's so much noise, so much you can almost distract yourself with and forget to really hone in on what is God calling me to right now, and what is he trying to tell me or to speak to me. So that component, I think, is really, really a critical part of where my encounters come. And especially as a mom, where there are lots of times when my time is not mine and I think I'm going to accomplish something and something else comes along. Just remembering to be present in the moment always, and trying to find those little pieces of time to really have silence and to give it back to God.
Yeah, it's really about the primacy of the spiritual, that the spiritual comes first. I think we could see doing a lot of things, but we have to start with God first and the ways he wants to lead us, inspire us. Putting the Lord first is a big part of encountering him in prayer, in the sacraments, in the scriptures. I know it's easy for Christianity and Catholicism to sort of devolve into a mere sort of ethical ideal or just a set of rules, but it's really primarily not an ideology or an NGO, right? But rather it's about first encountering Christ, encountering him and friendship with him, and those things come first, and then from that flows everything else. And a lot of times in church life, we're missing out on the encounter, about the primacy of the spiritual. We're really good at getting things done. We can be really good about projects and organizational management and drilling down into discussions, but God has to be first, and encountering him and his goodness.
So for me, a couple of instances where I of course, adoration, the encountering Christ, there was a time we do adoration on Wednesday nights, and there was a night where I was there alone. And the intimacy of that experience was pretty breathtaking. It was, I don't know how to explain it. It was just, it made me feel loved. And then the other aspect, a while back, one of our associate pastors had challenged people at Sunday Mass to see if they could double their church attendance each week, meaning challenging them to go to one daily Mass a week. So I started doing that, and what I realized was, because I have so many young kids, I really couldn't adequately pray and listen to the readings at Sunday Mass, so I would do that during the week. And the number of times in which I was encountering or I was experiencing something in my personal life in which the daily readings would speak to that, where it was incredible how often that would occur, and it would speak to me in ways which I would never have imagined, and I would just walk out of there laughing, because whether it was the gospel and the homily or whatever it brought new light to a problem I was facing at the time. So.
Fantastic. That's so inspiring. It just that's music to my ears. All the ways in which God is so generous in touching our lives through encountering the Lord. So we're gonna have lots of encounter events this fall. We have Ignite the Night on First Wednesdays. We'll have Catholic Man Night coming up here at the end of October, as well as Women Adoring Jesus. There'll be more details on that to come. We have Father Robert leading sort of a march through the Chosen video series on Wednesday nights at 6:30 over at the Shanley Auditorium. We have Catechism of the Good Shepherd. We've sort of transitioned some of our youth ministry from a classroom model to a small group discipleship model through White Disciple. And so we're looking forward to just, offering many opportunities for our parishioners to encounter Jesus, to get to know him, and to be inspired by our friendship with God as a starting point for so many other good things. So I think encounter events coming to a parish near you, right here, right here at St. Santa Joe.
And our parish mission, October 1st through the 3rd.
Yes, that's part of that too. Bart Schutz is coming, October 1st to the 3rd. He'll be great. Church on Fire, that's just coming up right next door here. So many good opportunities, and a lot of this is the initiative of our team. So we kind of already seeing the fruit of our parish leadership team and the teamwork to brainstorm, to sort of set priorities for our mission here in North Dakota.